Hi, everyone. It is me, Sailor Moon, and it's me, Sailor Pluto, or Sailor Underworld here. And today, a lot of folks out there always like to talk about, saying should WWE go grown up again. Now, there are always going to be talks in the skilled wrestling followership. Some folks who believe that the WWF WWE's greatest days was everywhere from between 97 YL till 2008 YL, where the Stand and Heartless Mike lifetimes were going on. A lot of folks like to believe that they should have never ended it, believing that that would be the answer to the watch time binds, believing that if they did that, all the good watch time on USA and Fox would come back like that, and that all the folks that were guilting them and shaming them and scathing them and slighting them over all the years would stop doing it. Or if that would somehow give them the edge over all the other sundry small skilled wrestling businesses out there. The truth is that WWE has made more gold than they ever made in their whole lifetime. Yes, they've been around for 71 years or so, but they have made more gold now than they ever made in the past. That's right, folks. They made more gold now with book sales and doll sales and, film sales and film game sales, and yield shows and house shows and the folk work or whatever, more now than they did back in the day. A lot of folks like to bring up and say, oh, well, a lot of folks like to still bring up the things and say that, that need be true, but it still isn't good. Being good or being bad is more on the mindset and the belief of whoever happens to be watching it. There really isn't any truth to say that what WWF was doing from 9 between 53 YL till 9 between 97 YL was bad, and everything from 9 between 97 YL to 2008 YL was good, and everything afterwards was bad. That's more of a thought and belief held by some folks in the skilled wrestling followership. Now, at the end of the day, some folks believe that WWE getting a deal with Netflix to get Monday Night Raw or Alone Night Raw over to Netflix, believing that, yeah, they'll become grown up again. It's almost if them being kid-friendly again was something that the USA folk work put on them. As if it was, they never wanted to be grown up, that it was the USA folk work. And later on, and the Fox folk work. The truth is, WWE chose to become kin-friendly again in 2008 YL. It had nothing to do with the folk works. It had nothing to do with the folk works. All right? That was their call to become kin-friendly. And a lot of folks think that WWE, if they become grown up again, no one would put a handle on them. Well, fuck, no one can put a handle on them now. See, I don't care what you say about AEW. You can say, oh, they curse all the time and they let their wrestlers bleed. Great for them. But at the end of the day, that's the only thing that they do. The only thing that makes them stand a slight away from WWE is curse words here and middle finger there and some blood. That's it. That's only the only thing that AEW took away from anything from it. Now, a lot of folks out there might think that, that that's all they need to do to get it back to folks watching them. Well, the truth was the watch time started going down around 2000 YL. Most likely, the 40th year of the Stand lifetime. And by the time we got through Heartless Might, and by the time we got to being, kin-friendly and truth and now or new birth or whatever lifetime we're in now, The watch time went down and went down for a long time. True, WWE did pull the nose back up, and somewhere towards the end of 2022 YL. And even though a shift of leadership about 3 times and a shift of ownership once since then, WWE has been more good now, for some folks' belief, than others. You want to say some things? Yeah, you're right, Sailor Moon. I mean, at the end of the day, you can say what you want to say about WWE. You have that right. You got that freedom. But at the end of the day, you can't say that WWE was only good when it was grown up, and that everything before it and everything after it was bad. You can't say that. Yes, you can say that, and you can believe it, but it's not true. There are a lot of folks out there that do think that the old learn, 9 between 53 YL to 9 between 82 YL, was the right way to do wrestling. And hell, every other skilled wrestling business at that time was doing the same thing. When WWE became kin-friendly the first time, the Gathering lifetime, 9 between 82 YL till 9 between 93 YL, and the new lifetime, 9 between 93 YL till 9 between 97 YL, a lot of folks thought that that way of wrestling wouldn't work. And somehow WWF at the time made it work. And they only shifted over to being grown up, stand 9 between 97 YL till 2002 YL, Heartless Might 2002 YL to 2008 YL, where it became kin friendly and truth and now and new birth, or whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, WWE has made more gold off of game sales and doll sales and film sales and farce and folklore followerships and tags to going to yield shows or house shows or whatever. And farcier shows too. WWE has made more gold now than it ever made in half of their 71 years. Yes, they may have lost some folks over the years. Yes, there may have been times where it looked like that WWF was going to die, but somehow they end up outliving both WCW and ECW and all the other sundriest big and small wrestling businesses that came around over their 71 years. Yes, you still got AEW, about 5 years old, soon to be 6 years old someday, and TNAW is 22 years old, soon to be 23 years old soon. But at the end of the day, WWE is still will most likely one day outlast all those other ones as well. To say that WWE would be grown up again, and that would somehow stop folks from either bitching or ranting or shaming or guilting or scathing or slighting anything they have done, well, that's more of a belief. So, if you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to share and playlist and thumb up this film. Hit that ringer and that bind over there. To see the next upload is. I, Sail Pluto Tissa, Sailor Underworld, and I, Sailor Moon Serena. And we'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewells.